What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Lady Tweet, with Hot Topics with Miss Lady Tweet. Put the kids to bed, and it's time to hear that hot topic with your host, Miss Lady Tweet. Go get 'em, baby.
Hello, hello, hello. It is Hot Topic Tuesday. And as Mr. Darrell of CW Radio said, it is time to put the kids to bed because it is a Hot Topic Tuesday. And today's hot topic is SEX, which spells sex. And you know what's crazy? Sex is such a hot topic. So we had everything from Monica Lewinsky to, any and everything. And I see, honey, if you can get in the studio and take that StreamYard thing off the screen. Thank you, honey. I'm just so excited tonight. Listen, if you jump on, please like and share. Like and share and like. I'm excited about tonight's Hot Topic Tuesday. And like I was saying, as we were jumping on, we've had everything from scandal surrounding sex. I mean, sex is one of the hottest topics that you can imagine, between the Monica Lewinsky trial to, different stars going through things. And sex will it can either make or break your relationship, right? Or it can create a relationship. Like, there's so many different areas of sex. And, it's funny because I was talking to my honey earlier when we were talking about the hot topic for tonight. I was talking to him and he was like, I just want to do some little research and little, pulling up some things about sex. And he was like, Dad, you know everything there is to possibly know about the topic of sex. Like, weren't you human trafficked? And to somebody that might be like, whoa, why would he say that? But it's absolutely true. Like, from going through that lifestyle and coming out on the other side, it kind of makes you an expert or a sexpert, right? So I'm just excited about the topic because from a single standpoint to a married folks standpoint to a, everything in between standpoint, I know a lot about the topic of sex. So I want to kind of get your opinion, what you think about that hot topic of sex. So, we're going to just take our time tonight, whatever your, I hope your kids are in bed. I've got my beverage, my nice water. So I'm going to sip my tea and we're going to dive right in and talk about tonight's hot topic, which is the topic of SEX. So I was watching, here's from a marital standpoint. I was watching this TikTok, right? And this lady was talking about withholding sex as a punishment to her man. And you'll be surprised how many people withhold sex as a punishment. And I'm like, well, hold on, chick. Aren't you punishing yourself when you do that too? But I guess in retrospect, some people don't necessarily have the drive. Sex may not be priority or may be very important in their relationship when it comes to the intimacy part. But then some people don't think of sex as being part of intimacy. Like, some people don't probably think of sex as, very important. But to me, sex is like the bonding part. I think it's important to, have that communication. It's a stress reliever. It's communication without words. It can be, it just, the topic of sex goes on and on and on. And a lot of us, let's just say this. A lot of us have definitely seen Tyler Perry movies where he's like, don't leave, the 80-20 rule, don't leave your 80 for a 20 for sex. Like, okay, you might have this person that is giving you X, Y, and Z in the bedroom, and then you have a wife that's doing any and everything as far as taking care of the home, as far as pushing you in business or whatever. But why can't the wife do both? Why can't the wife be your mistress in the bedroom? Why can't she blow your mind in the bedroom and be your little secretary in the office and be your biggest fan? Why do we have to separate them? I think if we have some mind-blowing, back-breaking, hot love-making in our marriages and have support outside of the bedroom, like as far as connecting with each other and communication and all that, marriages would be a lot better, and things would be a lot better, because I'm speaking from a marital standpoint. So obviously I wasn't a virgin when I got married. I wasn't, and I, me personally, and I want to hear y'all opinions. I wasn't a virgin when I got married. Me personally, I don't believe in premarital sex. However, it happens, and I feel like sex can make or break a relationship. Like, okay, you might have good communication in your relationship, and then you open up the floodgates of having sex, and then the communication breaks down because you've opened Pandora's box, and now y'all hunching, and the communication goes out the window. So I think it's always important to keep those lines of communication always open between you guys. But it's a thing called balance. It's a thing called balance. And there's a such thing as a healthy sex life. It's a healthy sex life. So, I wouldn't deprive my partner of, if I know my partner has a high sex drive, I wouldn't deprive him of giving him fulfilling his needs. Back in the day, mamas or grandmamas used to tell the females, don't let your man go out the house hungry or horny. Because what one female won't do, another woman is willing to do. I mean, what y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? Don't be shy. I see there's one person on here with me, and we're trying to, please feel free to share and like. Everybody's not going to like every hot topic, that we talk about. But I'm so serious. Like, a lot of people think that the topic of sex is so taboo. But I think it's because we're not talking about it, and we're not sharing. Like, if the older women who have wisdom would share to the younger women how to do this thing or how to properly take care of a husband in a home, it would be a lot more marriages sticking together, or even relationships lasting. Like, I remember hearing these stories, like, okay, don't let your man leave out the house hungry or horny. So like, ma'am, take care of the bedroom and then cook them a meal. But we live in a generation where a lot of people aren't really cooking either. So I mean, what y'all think about that? So I mean, it's just funny to me because, so with the whole human trafficking piece, even though it was traumatic, I learned I learned a lot of different things about sex, how different people have different pressure points. Different people have different things that they particularly like when it comes to sex. Some people like to be dominated. Some people like to be just caressed. So when you're with your partner, you have to know what they're into, because how you like to be touched is all about learning people's, I don't want to say love language, because we're not necessarily talking about love, because there's a difference between love and sex. Tonight we're talking about sex. We're not necessarily talking about the topic of love. I happen to love my husband, who I have sex with, but let's talk about this thing, because there's a difference between love and sex. And a lot of times people get it mixed up. A lot of young girls, that's why I don't advocate sex before marriage, because a lot of young girls are having sex and they think, oh, he loves me, when that's not the case. But let me say this real quick. So, you have to know people's sexual languages. You have to know how, okay, your partner is comfortable with being choked, or your partner's comfortable with being held down. Your partner, they have different pressure points. They're comfortable with being held or caressed a certain way. They're comfortable with, eye contact, verbal. Is your partner verbal? Because some people like to be talked to a certain way, and that's what gets their fire lit. Ain't that right, honey? Let me hear your voice, baby. My honey, my DJ's on the line tonight.
Show you right.
He said, show you right. So, some people like to be caressed a certain way. Some people like the pressure point. Some people like deeper than softer. You have to know your partner. You can't just, it's like, oh my God, it's so funny. Cat Williams, he was like, you have to know your stroke number. You have to know your stroke number, right? So you have to know, as a man, where that's the end all be all for you, like where you have to stop at, because you're going to end up satisfied and the woman's not going to be satisfied, and you're going to think, ding, I win. I get trophy of the year. I performed, and you walk away all happy, panting and falling asleep. And she's like, bruh, that wasn't anything to me. That didn't satisfy me. So you have to know, okay, this is my number. And so a lot of times when it comes to the intimacy part in the bedroom, sometimes you can't always deep stroke. Sometimes you can't always do that. You have to, and that's why I said put the kiddos to bed, because we're gonna talk about this tonight. You can't always go at it. Sometimes you gotta break it up. Do the oral. Break it up. Because if you have a partner that drives you wild, you're going to be satisfied and they're not going to be, because you got excited. You got hype, got your orgasm in, and now he or she is like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't get mine, but you got yours. Y'all, this is Miss Lady Tweet. I'm holistic. We're going to talk about God sometimes. We're going to talk about any and everything. Because we're a mind, body, and spirit. So there's more to us than just one portion. You know, we have bodies, we have flesh. Our flesh desired things called sex. That's how God made us. So yes, don't listen, don't disappoint, don't listen. Let me help y'all. Don't be on your honeymoon nights, right? Don't be on your honeymoon night thinking that it's about your satisfaction in the bedroom. Because like Cat Williams said, I wish I knew this video that Cat Williams, I wish I knew the name of his stand-up comedy. He was like, men, y'all need to know your stroke number. If your stroke number is 5 and you explode, then you need to know when you get to 3, you need to go down on her, okay? So that she's not satisfied. You need to go down on her, give her some pleasure, let her get hers, and then you can hop back in and get your last 2. Hey, what you think about this?
Show you right.
He just said, show you right. Because seriously, listen, you will have, knowing your partner and how they work, how they tick, how they maneuver sexually, is very important. But let's move to another topic. Okay, that was pleasure. I dived in. I'm gonna come back around to that. But let's talk about sexual health. Listen, there are too many people walking around with STDs and don't know it. There are too many people walking around, like women, men, get checked. Make sure you're healthy sexually. Make sure that your organs, like, you know, because there's a lot of people, and I'm coming from an angle where I have been human trafficked. So a lot of those women are sterile because they've been with so many different partners and they've experienced so many different things. And they're in the clinic every week getting rid of gonorrhea, getting rid of chlamydia. Those things tear apart your reproductive system. But listen, if you don't take care of your sexual health, your physical health, if you don't take care of yourself, and you're young and you're doing all these things, when you get older and get ready to settle down and have a family, and you're wondering why you can't have a family, and your doctor tells you, oh, you have too much scar tissue because you've had too many abortions, or, you know, you're not healthy down here. If you would have took care of those things in the beginning stages of life, of your adulthood, you know, because, you know, we think we when we 16, 17, we think we know, but we don't know. So I just, you know, whoever runs across this, I know that this is Hot Topic Tuesday, so the kids aren't on here, but tell your girls, tell your daughters, even if you're grown and you don't take care of your sexual health the way you need to, you need to take care of your sexual health. Get that hoo-ha and that ding dong check. What you think, babe?
Show you right.
That's all he got to say, is show you right. But listen, so we talked about the pleasure. We talked about the cleanliness. Let's dive in. Let's talk about what you think, babe. What should we talk about concerning sex tonight? I want to talk about
what is and isn't taboo.
Okay, what is and isn't taboo. Okay, so some people think, because I was going to talk about infidelity, but taboo. Okay, when it comes to like sexual things anyway, like some people think taboo. I think taboo is contingent upon the couple. I think it's contingent upon the couple that you're dealing with. Because for some people, taboo would be things like oral. Some people think oral is taboo. Some people think anal is taboo. Some people think bringing toys into the bedroom is taboo. Some people think, taboo in my house is me doing anything with my husband's butt. That's taboo. That ain't happening, Captain.
Show you at.
But I'm so serious. That's not happening. Like, but no, a lot of couples, I think it's contingent upon, what you feel is taboo for you. Because a lot of couples use toys. A lot of couples do the oral. Some couples do the anal. So I think it's really contingent upon, and what's funny? For a long time, I was so narrow-minded when it came to sexual things, especially in a marriage. But I know this sexual coach, she's actually a pastor, and she does toys. Like, she sells sexual enhancement toys to bring fire into the bedroom and into the marriage. And I commend her because it takes a lot of courage to be able to do that. Because her focus is bringing the fire into the marriage, bringing the fire into the, because so many marriages are suffering in the area of sex, and it shouldn't be that way. Like, my thought process is, as often as possible, as much as you're willing, because sex is a beautiful thing between people that love each other, especially when it's sanctioned by God in a marriage setting. Some people think this conversation is taboo. Some people don't want to have this conversation tonight because they're like, oh, sex, let me run, Forrest, run. But I'm so serious. Like, it's like some people think that, because, I don't know. It's just like some people run from the topic of sex. Some people run from the fact that sex happens. God created sex. So why are we so afraid of it? Maybe it's because it's been so corrupted. What you think, babe? Like, it's been so corrupted.
Show you right.
And that's all he got to say is show you right. No, but seriously, it's like sex has been so corrupted and so twisted and so, the thought of it has been, everybody's so scared of sex. But let me tell you, when you have the right person, the right partner, it's like pandemonium. You will see fireworks. Like, it's like, oh my God, you just blew my mind. Let me tell y'all something. And I'm careful when I say this, but let me tell y'all something. You get the right person. My husband has blown my ever-loving mind. And when you connect with that partner and you have that experience of mind-blowing orgasms, and you're like, what the world just happened to me? And it's ordained by God through, especially for me, through marriage. It's beautiful. So why do we think sex is so taboo? So listen, we talked about knowing your knowing your partner, knowing their body, knowing what they like, knowing what makes them tick. We talked about sexual health, making sure you're good. I want to talk about, we talked about taboo. I want to talk about infidelity. Like, what makes people be unfaithful? If you're getting sex at home, if they're, if they're performing the right way, if they're giving the oral, if they're, caressing you the right way, if they're giving you everything that you need in the bedroom, what makes a person step outside of that? Y'all can comment if you want to. Feel free to comment. Because I want to know, like, when it comes to sex, what makes someone unfaithful? Like, what brings upon infidelity and loss of commitment? What causes that? Like, what makes you say, okay, today I'm just gonna go cheat? What makes you say, okay, today's the day I'm gonna go cheat, even after you've had like the most best mind-blowing sex in your relationship? Like, what makes you be like, I need a third or a second? Like, I don't know. What y'all think? What y'all think about that?
Talk about it, baby.
I mean, for me, if I find that person that's gonna like blow my mind and like give me the best ever, and And when I say oh, I mean orgasm, right? So if I find that person that's gonna give me the best oh ever, what makes me then decide to step outside of that? Like, is that greediness? Is it not being, is that, to me, I just imagine it being greedy. But like, y'all can put in the comments what y'all think it is, because, you know, even if y'all catch this on a replay, I just want to know, like, what causes that? What makes you say, oh, today I'm just gonna go get somebody else because of whatever? Okay, so let's recap real quick. We talked about knowing your partner. We talked about infidelity. We talked about sexual health. We talked about what's taboo, and I'm very excited about that taboo part, because I think the topic of sex within itself, people think it's taboo. Like, people are legit scared, especially depending on what region you go to in the country or even outside the country. People are legitimately scared to bring up the topic of sex and sexual things. Like, people are legitimately scared to be like talking about sex, but then they go behind closed doors and it's like no holds barred. I'm interested in that. I'm very interested in getting people's thoughts and opinions. Bae, what do you think about another part of this topic? Because, you know, I find it very interesting and exciting, you know, to be able to explore these different hot topics and, you know, just to be able to talk about it. Because, like you said, I think the entire topic of sex, you know, especially in women, a lot of times it's taboo, and people are made to be ashamed of their sexual bodies. Like, we're sexual beings as it is, and we were created that way. So, I mean, I think the entire topic is taboo. What you think? What's another area that we can explore tonight?
Pornography as a supplement.
Okay, so that is something that a lot of people know in their minds is taboo. But I know that there's some couples that bring pornography into their, like, they view it in order to bring the spark into their bedroom or into their sexual time. You know, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about pornography? What do y'all think about, you know, I really don't have anything to say. I'm not a pornography person. You know, I used to be, but I'm not. Like, I'm so on a different mind wavelength, you know. But, you know, I think that a lot of people use it as a stimulant, you know, to kind of get ideas when it comes to having sex with their partners. And, you know, a lot of people take it too far. And I think when it comes into the infidelity part, maybe they look at the porn stars and they look at who they're with and think, well, maybe you need to be like this person, so let me go search for that. I don't know. It could be. It could be. But I mean, you know, some people see it as something that's positive to enhance their relationship. Some people see it as something that's going to tear their relationship apart because it creates thoughts and imaginations to other things, and it opens up a gateway that they don't want to bring into their relationship. I don't know. I don't know. I find it very interesting. Like, that whole thought process within itself is a lot of times people think that's taboo. Just even mentioning the word pornography, people just jump off the live automatically, like, you know. I'm excited tonight. I'm so excited. Like, woo! I'm excited. These are conversations that should be had, because, you know, we can't live our lives with our head in the sand, because these are real life issues, real life topics. You know, our daughters, our sons, you know, if they're getting information from the wrong places and not from us, then, you know, they're confused and they're lost. But, you know, as an adult, I think that these are conversations that should be had, because, you know, if someone would have told me a long time ago, you know, how to properly have intimacy with my husband, then I think I would have been advanced. And intimacy is not necessarily sex. sex is an act, but intimacy is way more. And I had to learn that. I had to really learn that. And a lot of people, like I said, think that these topics are taboo. They don't want to explore. They don't want to, a lot of women, let's talk about the orgasm. We're talking about sex. Let's talk about the orgasm. A lot of women and, men have a hard time reaching orgasm because they don't know how to properly please their spouse, or they don't know how to properly please each other because it's so taboo. It's so taboo. The topic is so scary for them to even think about. It's so taboo. They're so afraid. They find themselves in a situation where they're like, back up, fall back. I'm afraid. I can't go there. I can't do that. This is not for me. This is not something I want to talk about. And they spend so many years miserable. But why would God create our bodies this way, to have the experience that we're supposed to have if we weren't supposed to have it? What you think, babe? He done left the building. But anyway, this has been a Hot Topic Tuesday. I thank you all for jumping on. Listen. Before I go, I have a few announcements. As you see right behind me, here is my merch. Right behind me, it's a t-shirt. It's just like the one I'm wearing. The t-shirt is in white. It says Miss Lady Tweet LLC. I'm showing you my shirt. It says Miss Lady Tweet LLC. You can get yours. Now, the purpose of you purchasing a shirt is because Miss Lady Tweet LLC is not just about me and me speaking and things like that. We're in the process of building our 501c3, but I am in the community. I do community outreach. We have different cookouts for the community. I did a toiletry drive, and we're going to continue to do toiletry drives. We're going to continue to bless people and give to people. Every time you buy a t-shirt, every time you purchase a book, every time you support the brand, every time you do something in that area, you are helping the community. You are helping us to be able to reach people that have been in situations where they don't want to be in, whether it be abuse, whether it be trafficking. You allow us to be able to hit the road and speak to students about reaching their fullest potential. You allow us to be able to uplift some people. So listen, I need you to go on my website. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and get your copy of my book entitled It Had to Happen. And it basically speaks about everything that I went through as far as my emotions of being, depressed, suicidal thoughts. I know a lot of people are wondering when the next book is coming out. It is coming, but I need you all to support my book. It Had to Happen. It speaks about, how to handle those emotional traumas. So I need you all, ma'am, sir, go get your copy. It is only $15. The website is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, missladytweet.com. Go get your copy. Go get your copy. Go get your t-shirt. I have merch right here. The t-shirt, Miss Lady Tweet LLC. You can have your t-shirt, and it's only $20. Depending on the size, it goes up to it's $15 to $20, depending on the size shirt that you want. Listen, you supporting us helps us to be a support in the community. So we appreciate everything that you do to support the community. I'm about to end here, but I thank you all for jumping on. Yeah. Go get your copy of It Had to Happen. Everything you went through happened for a purpose, to bring you to your destiny. Go get your t-shirt. Your t-shirt right there. It helps us to be able to support the community. My website is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. When you order your book, I will sign it and personalize it just for you and ship it out just for you. I love you. I appreciate you. This has been your girl, Miss Lady Tweet. Shalom.